What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to
Oh shit.
another episode of the No World Hate podcast. We are joined today by very special guest among us, St. Brown. We got Three Frio, Subi Demon, NFL Casual. We got me. Shout out Seb, as we'll probably address among us, St. Brown.
Nah, his name's actually Clayton.
His name's Clayton. So as you can see next to our names, we have the record from the previous week of picking straight up games, and then just the overall on the year. You could see that Three Freel Ben is still in the number one position in picking games, and Gavin's at 2. I'm at 3,
Get your
and then
mindset right.
NFL Casual 17 and 15, 8-8 week. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna break down all these games, break down what we thought. But before we get into any of the games, I just want to talk a little bit to Seb among us, St. Brown. How are you doing today, man?
Doing well. Excited to talk some football. Sat around all weekend with my notepad, just jotting down notes and talking points that I wanted to get into with you fellas tonight.
All right, and just before we go on, like, what are your fan allegiances? Like, where do you lie? Like, who do you root for? What do you pull for?
So I'm obviously a Bears fan because that was my home team. I had a conversation with a kid the other day where I explained I don't have like a set team that I root for. Uh, I just thoroughly enjoy watching the sport. The Bears suck, so it's easy to say I don't root for them right now. But I don't have one team, and then I find that way I get to enjoy all the games equally.
That's a good mentality. We're all in a fantasy league together, so we're all boys, pals. We all know ball. But let's get into it because we all knew ball. This first game on Thursday night was not hard to tell what was going to happen. Although the Eagles are 0-2 against the spread through 2 weeks, they still got it done, which we all knew that was going to happen. But any takeaways from the Eagles Vikings?
No,
AJ Brown's mad.
I didn't really watch this game, but
Vikings don't look all too hot. I mean, I'm not gonna write them off, but they're not coming out striking. That's what I can say.
what one takeaway I do have is Free Kirk, dude. I don't
Dude,
know
I
what's going on
swear.
in Minnesota. Free Kirk.
Nah, he's gonna be in San Fran next year. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Everybody needs
yeah.
to find the end zone. It's
he
trying to get
he.
it in order.
I mean, he almost found the end zone until he fumbled it.
Yeah,
We had that play. I mean, this was like a classic, like, Vikings just can't get it done. And through 2 weeks, their defenses looked like absolutely terrible.
They're horrible.
Like, it makes them not in a position to even contend, I think, for the NFC North. Like,
I agree.
they're not going to hold on to any games. They had, like, kind of a backdoor cover. Addison looked good. Kirk, honestly, like, has played almost perfect
He's been a
through
stud.
2 weeks.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown a pick.
Like,
He has been a total stud.
and they've gotten a decent bit of points, but like there's just certain liabilities on both sides of the line. I think that it's like you guys need to like work on whatever the fuck's going on. Also, they had 20 minutes of possession compared to the Eagles 40 minutes of possession. There was that drive where they ran like 13 plays down the field. Like the Eagles, I think they like you might think, oh, they just snuck out with a win, but I think if you're the Eagles, like besides at the end when you kind of were like, why did we let them come back? Like you played your game for the most part.
I have to say about the Eagles, their little 4th-and-1 glitch, they just get it every time. That makes a huge difference. Like
Yeah.
they get so they're the one team in the league where they just get so
Like-
many more plays because
Alex, your mic's
they can just do that.
up.
So circling back, I think
Yeah.
the Eagles, they got the best O-line in the league, really. I don't know who else can contend.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they just push
I-
Hurts over the line, like if they get down at the 1-2, like it doesn't matter, bro. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get
Yeah,
those
they
yards.
get that.
When
They
you
get that
have-
every time.
When you have DeAndre Swift running for 175 yards, yeah,
That
your line
sure
has to be
helps.
pretty good. Yeah,
That couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a way that he looked like you would hope he actually looked when he was on the Lions. It's like, wow, when you like really let him just run and just keep firing him. But I mean, it's funny that Hurts is now taking his 1-yard touchdowns as opposed to it being Jamal Williams. Like he's literally still just getting finessed and then
Some things never change.
Yeah. But easy Eagles win there. Then going into Sunday, the first game, which Ben was the only one to select the correct winner. He had the Falcons over the Packers at home. This one literally went down to like the last like 2 minutes of this game. This was a nail biter. Desmond Ridder was so mid, but it just worked.
He's
And
Tannehill. He's the new Tannehill.
yeah,
They are the NFC Titans.
that makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
But
Arthur
like
Smith.
the 2019 Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
People want to hate us because we're 1-1. I get it. We'll
I
get.
don't
We'll
want to
get to that.
say. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
but what
say
happened
that-
with your Packers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want
I'm
to
just
say
saying
they
that
look
because they're young.
they look bad because they didn't. We just fell apart at the end. I'm not gonna make excuses, but I mean, Aaron Jones, huge part of our offense.
it's a
Whatever.
defense that can be conquered by an offense led by Derek Carr.
Christian Watson being out doesn't help. I don't know. We fell apart at the end. They kind of just ran the ball down and just
It was like the first Jordan Love 2-minute drill we got to see because they go down and he has the opportunity with he's got to go full field and they couldn't really get anything going and it's like, all right, yeah, there wasn't he won. Yeah, but honestly, Jaden Reed, 2 touchdown games. Shout out the Rook from Michigan State. The Packers, I think, just going forward, I think you just got to try to score a little bit more. I think you got to try to be a little bit faster during the game going down the
I
field
think
because
we
they win a
need to
chance
be fully
to be in the
healthy.
game.
We just need to be fully healthy.
Bro, but
Watson
that's not
gives up
something you can
so
say
much.
you need to be. You're not going to be fully healthy every week. That doesn't change the game plan.
Okay,
You still got to
not
go out there
fully-
and try to win.
Not fully healthy. Okay, but if we play a game with Jones and Watson, it opens up so much more. There's got to be games where we have most of our guys because them not being there limits what we can do.
I mean, from my
They threw
Wait, keep
2
going.
touchdowns to Jaden Reed.
Yeah, but
Who is that?
It doesn't matter. But imagine if Watson's out there cooking DBs and having the safety have to pull. It just opens up so much more. You have Jones in the backfield who can push it. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that's not what we need. Obviously we don't need it, but if we play like that, we're gonna blow teams out of the water, and that's what I want to see.
at the end of the day, my take on all this is Green Bay's just winning the division. That's really it. I'm literally just waving the white flag right now. Unless Justin Fields learns how to throw a football, the Green Bay Packers are winning the division. But we'll get into the why because we got to talk about the lines as well.
Yeah. Well, the next game actually up is the other NFC North, NFC South matchup between the Bears and the Buccaneers, which, Gabe, you were boots on the ground for. Talk to us about that experience.
So I was boots on the ground for it. I got some good vlog action, so I got to piece that together and upload it, before the next week starts. But we got some pretty good seats, dude. We were 3 rows back from the 50-yard line on the Bucs sideline. Got to see Baker pretty up close. I mean, he was just chilling. He picked apart our defense. That's the thing. Anybody in the NFL can just either walk into their home stadium or walk into Soldier Field and go for 300 this year. So that's pretty scary. Like I was saying, Fields literally cannot read a defense, dog. So, I mean, just kind of like last week, I got multiple parts to this. So we'll just start with Justin Fields not being able to read a defense. You got Stephen A. Smith saying that brother doesn't want to be in Chicago. Free him. Free him. Free him to what? It's okay. I understand our play calling sucks from Luke Getsy, but Fields, he had multiple wide open receivers. I need to coordinate better, and so I can just literally throw up plays behind me in the back. But I'm gonna make a clip of this.
There's the one clip going.
Dude,
around.
you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
dude.
it's the one where he's got the
Herbert
guy
running up
running
the seam.
straight up the steam, and all he has to do is throw the
seam.
ball. All he has
Yeah.
to do is throw the ball, and he's just standing there, and he's frozen, and it's dude, it's like he's trying to throw. It's like he's trying to throw.
People want to blame that on the coaching, but it's either you can throw the ball or you can't.
You can't
You
coach.
can't coach
It's
that.
getting to a point where he's physically unable to win these games. It's just not doable, or it seems like it's not.
So it's
No, but his stats are better than last year.
it
Well, they
doesn't
sure as
matter.
plus
This-
couldn't be any worse.
Nah, it's just what Bears
Twitter
Twitter is saying.
So bad. They baited him to throw that ball and then just snatched it right out of it.
no, they ran the same play 3 times in the
Yeah.
red zone, bro. 3 times.
Like,
Is it
And
Caleb
first-
Williams' time, or is he going to keep Cohen next year?
No, it's Caleb Williams time, man. I'm all in on Caleb Williams. People want to say what is Caleb Williams going to change for the Chicago Bears? They're just going to ruin him. That's like a pretty childish response, like the good troll, but that's stupid. Because last I checked, Trevor Lawrence walked into Jacksonville, and now they're a relevant football franchise.
It really is a cycle. It's like the same exact thing with Mitch. It's like, hey, like, come on, we did this. Like, we're going to do this. And then the personnel changes, the team changes. And then it's like, all right, on top of this, like, the quarterback is, like, just not leading us to win. Like, we have to you got to change it everywhere. Like, it's still not the product you want.
How many times are you going to try?
Until it's right. Literally until it's right.
I feel like I feel like you guys could use just like if you would have got your guy however many times.
Not to mention Mike Evans went for like 150 yards.
He did have a big game.
No, the defense is horrible. I mean, like we already need to rebuild again.
Yeah,
like,
it's really tough.
This just goes back to last week. What has Ryan Poles done in his 2 years as general manager? He walked into this offseason. He walked into this offseason with the first overall pick to trade and $100 million in cap. How do you have the worst fucking defense in football still?
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous.
Like, what the fuck did you spend that money on? Nothing. Justin Fields can't read a defense. So, like, yeah, maybe we could keep him and, like, try and have some form of stability in the franchise. I'd rather just fucking draft Caleb Williams.
An anonymous source just sent me a text
in other areas, and he's still young.
Of a Fields Trubisky comparison.
Oh man!
Through 27 career starts, Fields 59.9% completion percentage. Trubisky 63.2% completion. Fields 4,469 pass yards. Trubisky 5,644 pass yards. Fields 1,591 rush yards. Trubisky 680 rush yards. Fields 36 pass and rushing touchdowns. Trubisky 36 pass and rushing touchdowns. Fields 31 turnovers. Trubisky 26 turnovers. Fields 79.7 passer rating and Trubisky 86.3 passer rating.
They're basically the same player. What he didn't rush, Fields rushed, and what Fields didn't throw, like Trubisky made up for in yards.
They just
that's
offset.
crazy. It's the same exact thing. It's literally the same.
Mitch's stats are slightly better because he actually had a generational team.
Yeah, I think they had a better team.
They had a better
defense has nothing to do with the completion percentage.
No, but like
that's fair. But like
or touchdown.
That offense was better though.
I mean, Allen Robinson. He's not throwing to like Velus Jones.
Yeah, that is fair.
I don't know,
everything tons of chances last year. It wasn't like
whatever the model is of the Bears, like how they're playing right now, needs to change. Like they just need
what it always is.
They need
he's got DJ Moore too.
Away from this culture.
So if the DJ Moore year doesn't show up, like then it's heading.
Well, DJ Moore was there all. He was open all weekend. He was mad.
He had already had 100 receiving yards with Fields like missing this guy on wide open throws that were 5 or 10 yards downfield. So imagine what he would have done with a competent quarterback.
If Michael,
all I'm gonna say is Tyson Bagent looked like he had no hesitation to let that motherfucker fly in preseason. So I don't know why we shouldn't try and see him do it in regular season. So
I just don't think that's your play. Like,
I think
why not?
I think it is at this point.
If we're okay, what if he's not it? Then we're just gonna lose games.
Bro, you guys literally traded the number 1 pick away because you guys thought Fields was the guy.
Yeah, like you're gonna give him 2 games.
You guys have to see this through.
I'm not
this season at least.
Passed up on Bryce Young to be like, all right, Fields, we've seen enough. Go to the bench. Like, I just don't understand.
No, that's not it at all.
There's a major reason we got another first-round pick out of it as well.
I think the future quarterback classes are going to be deeper than this prior one was. There's going to be better passers, most likely.
Dog, I'm not losing sleep over Bryce Young right now. I will be losing sleep over Caleb Williams if we do not get him and we like tank the entire.
I don't think Caleb
Bryce Young is already way better than Fields.
No, Caleb Williams is I think he will be worth.
I'm not high on Caleb Williams at all.
You don't watch his. You need to watch his film. You need to see.
I
what he's
agree
done.
with.
Yeah, that's like
him,
somebody
it's-
being not high on Anthony Richardson. It's just like
Okay, again, it's not a bold take to have not been high on Anthony Richardson at the draft. He had 13 games.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
that is
I think
not a
that's very
sample.
fair. Honestly,
I mean,
I was a
Nick had
hater. I was
13
a hater.
games.
till
Nah,
he
he got
fell
put
off.
into the right
he
system.
was always that dude though. Like it just
I'm about to get as NFL casual as it can get. Either you're an alien or you're not at quarterback.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams will be an alien. It is
I
that
agree.
simple.
Yeah, we all had Bucks besides Gabe, who went with the Homer pick. I'm assuming.
I'm done. I'm done with
Yeah,
that. I need to
like,
save my record at
come
this
on.
point.
Come on, the Chiefs. I mean, we'll be predicting
yeah, I
in
don't
the
think
next
he's picking
podcast,
the
but like,
Bears.
come on, the Chiefs are the next team. The Bears.
I need to get my record
podcast
up.
tomorrow night.
The next game was the Lions Seahawks, in which we all had the Lions. None of us believed in the Seahawks, which is very unfortunate. So we've gone over like 2 of my 5 losses now. Lions, that was a tough one because it went into overtime. They gave the game away. It didn't make sense. Gino's back, I guess. I was like in denial the whole game. Like, what the hell?
The
We
Lions
saw this
lost
last
CD Deuce though.
It's because we wrote him off.
Yeah,
Already
yeah.
after week 1.
He did. He
You
definitely
guys
didn't
wrote him
write
off,
back.
bro.
He didn't write
Crazy.
back. I wrote
He
him
did
off.
not, in
He did
fact,
not write
write
back.
back.
Seahawks are my NFC West prediction winner, bro.
So
We'll
give me an
get to-
explanation on Geno Smith though. Like that guy sucked dick in the Jets, and he shows up at Seattle and he's balling. I mean, he's
Because he
he's
watched
accurate.
Russell Wilson, he was like, "All right, so just do the opposite."
He worked hard. He worked hard under Russell Wilson.
But how do you turn around like that? Like that's really. I mean, he's obviously comeback player of the year last
Seahawks
season.
are a great team too. They get slept on
Carroll.
like
I mean,
as
you
a
got a
board.
great coach.
I also
so-
I think that it's when your coach believes in you to that
Yeah.
extent. Like it's not like a hey, you're the backup and it's like you got to work hard because you took this. Like he gave Gino that confidence of like this is all you, dog.
That's why I think we're seeing like Love succeed in Green Bay. Like,
Yeah, I was
there's
gonna
just
say
no
it's-
distraction
It
there.
was really
It's just-
similar.
They went into the
Love.
offseason knowing this is our guy.
like embracing him.
Yeah,
And honestly, I mean, I think it's more like how the fuck did they know Gino was gonna do that last year? 'Cause Pete Carroll knew. Like they wouldn't have gone with Gino if they didn't think he was capable of
they
that.
didn't know he was gonna do that, but like
They
dude,
watch
he
him
was
practice every day.
the year before that. Russ got hurt for like most of the year. Like Gino, I remember he played against the Saints. Like
Yeah,
he
he
played
had
him.
good
He played a
games.
lot that year, and he wasn't like Gino, but he was significantly better.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, when you're watching someone practice every day, like especially someone like Pete, you know if he got it or not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I think he showed that the Seahawks are like once again here to play. And I thought like this was gonna be like a repeat of last year where it was gonna be like higher scoring, like they were gonna be going back and forth. And we got an exciting matchup. We had like Josh Reynolds going crazy, like Khalif Raymond scored, like everyone was getting the ball on the Lions. Like Noah Fant had an awesome game for the Seahawks. Like Kenneth Walker, oh my God, like they couldn't stop him. Like it was just like a back and forth, like you can't stop me, you can't stop me.
That's peak NFL.
Tyler Lockett,
We always get it
walk
between
off
those two
TD.
teams.
He's him. Won me my
Fantasy hero for me. Yep.
Fantasy hero, man. Like when we needed him the most, he came to play, and that's all that ever matters.
They all had a quiet week 1, dude, and that bounce back, dude, like dropping, I don't know, 25 points
it
for
was-
me.
I mean, that was what they needed. I wasn't gonna believe in them, but should I do now? Well, all right.
Yeah,
Can we talk about
I
thoughts
won't-
on the Lions? Like,
I was about to
how do you
say
feel
it.
about
I want to. All right, let me just start this off by saying the Detroit Lions. I can already tell through 2 weeks. First of all, they should be 0-2. Like I hate to be that guy. Like where you should have won this game, or you should have lost that game. No, they should be 0-2 because Chris Jones and Kels went out there and they won by a point. And it took, who was it? I already forgot his name. The bum,
Tony.
Yeah,
He had
Tony kept dropping the
Targets and
ball.
5 catches this week.
Yeah, I agree. Gabe.
Yeah. Like the Lions should be 0-2 right now with the Vikings and Bears. So not only are the Lions frauds, like this whole division is frauds. They all lied. The Lions lied. The Vikings lied.
Can you call a team a fraud after 2 weeks?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Dude,
I
Isn't
don't
that
think.
team
On a
premature?
podcast, you can.
I don't think the
On the pod-
Lions are what we thought they were,
That's
but
what we
I
do
still
here,
think
Seb.
they're like very
You
good.
do very.
I don't
very
think they're
well.
going to be very good. And
I-
I was told.
I
I was
think-
told
I
they're
still
going to be
think
the
they
class
can
of
win
the
that
NFC.
division.
I
I
think their defense is still like letting the other team back into the game like constantly.
Well, they lost
As a
CeeDee Deuce
Packers
during the
fan-
Seahawks game.
As a Packers fan, and we have them week 4 on Thursday Night Football, so it'll be interesting. I'm feeling very comfortable.
I mean, who's got the NFC North? Is it the Packers this year? Or who's got it? Because the
It's wide
Vikings.
I
open
think
right
it is
now.
the
I'm
Packers.
It's wide open.
Packers are for sure
I'm
on
not
pace.
worried. I feel better than I did last year for sure.
The
Yeah.
thing is, I think the rest of the division is in a worse place, like because the Vikings are not the team they were at all last
The
year.
Packers are the
They're
same
not-
team, same
The Vikings-
system.
Yeah, Packers are essentially the same with more younger guys.
Vikings have a worse defense. Lions are the
I would
question
argue
mark.
the Packers
Lions
are better.
need to
Bears are
prove
question
that they
mark.
can
I'd
win.
agree. The Packers are better somehow.
Why are they better?
They don't have to
Because
deal with
they're
Aaron
clicking it.
Rodgers.
No. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because LaFleur is able to coach. He's actually coaching them, and Rodgers isn't just saying, "No, fuck that. I'm gonna do this." Like,
Fuck that. I'm throwing this to Randall Cobb.
yeah,
He's 35.
like
like-
Jordan Love is following the play call. Like they're
Randall Cobb's
actually
only 32.
they're
32.
doing what they're supposed to. That's why I think
But now they're
better.
throwing to young electric guys
like, and not to knock Rodgers because that worked when it did, but like last year it just was not.
I mean,
was
the Matt LaFleur dynamic with him was always just odd. He's like an older guy, like doesn't want to like have to listen. Like, Bob Sala's way. He's not gonna be as hands on with Rodgers. Like, he ain't worried about what you doing, dog. Like that definitely was.
Well, that
like,
was also
a
the
better
thing. Rodgers went there and it was like, oh my God, our savior, our king, like the utmost respect. Like you do whatever you want. Like they were
Yeah.
literally just like he could do whatever he wanted there. And he
Kinda
liked
when
that.
Brett Favre went there.
I guess you could say that the division is definitely wide open still.
Dude, it's week 3 now.
Nah, but you
There's
can
not an
either call it or
undefeated
you
team in
can't.
there.
There's certain divisions that are locked up already.
Who do you have winning the NFC East? Is it
What
Eagles,
division's
Buffalo?
locked up already?
I'll get
Yeah,
to that when
go.
we get to that.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
But the next game we have on the docket, which 3 of us said the winner of this game, and you would have thought, hey, he might have the winner of this game too. It was the Raiders at the Bills, and for some reason, the most NFL casual moment of last week's picks, and we made sure we read it right, the Raiders. You want to explain that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought their defense can get after that ass, just like
Okay.
the Jets did to Josh Allen on Monday night. Dude, after he had 5 turnovers in that game, I was just like, I almost did it out of spite to Josh Allen having 5 turnovers in that game.
So
And I saw the Raiders were up like 7-0. I was like, hey, at least maybe they'll cover. But nah, they
So-
ended up being a blowout.
what did you think we could have talked you out of it if you were on the pod?
That's what I think.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
Friend was saying that, and I'm like, bro, no, like, because my whole thing was like, Josh Allen ain't losing this game, like, and
Bills
what
were
was that?
4-0,
There
too.
was like what happened with a Bills fan? Like, someone got like choked out by their brother. Was that last week or something? Was that even the Bills game or was that the Eagles game?
There's
I
a
think
Somebody got
Patriots, there's a
murdered.
Patriots fan
Yeah,
that
the
died.
Patriots.
Yeah,
guy
rest
that
in
died.
peace to the guy who died at the Patriots game.
How did he die?
He
got
got punched in
Punched
the
by a
head, bro.
dolphin.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
crazy.
punch
some
in
Yeah,
the
crazy
head.
shit
we'll
like that.
get to that when we get to Sunday night.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just feeling the Raiders. I was pretty impressed. Like, all right, they went to Denver and won, so maybe they can put up a fight against Buffalo. Buffalo looked pretty garbage last week, but I guess everything's fine in
Buffalo
Buffalo.
looked really good. To be
I
honest,
guess everything's
like,
fine in Buffalo.
tight ends
They lost
looked
to
really
Zach.
good.
I was like, if Zach Wilson can beat them, then maybe so can Devontae Adams and Derek Carr and Josh.
That
Jacobs.
Raiders
Josh
defense is
Allen-
not the Jets.
Josh
defense.
Allen beat himself. Josh Allen beat himself.
Yeah, no, that was not like that was just I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what he was
I'm
on.
starting to take back all my hate for Josh Allen and watching him this past weekend. I like understood. All right, like I get why people fuck with him. Like I understand he's dumping the ball to the right people. He's giving the ball to everybody. Like as long as you're open, he will find you. Like there's
Or
some
throw a
guys
pick.
don't do that. I mean, yeah, if you're open on the defense too. The Chargers Titans. I was the only one that had Titans. Y'all want to explain that one?
What the fuck? What
The
like
Chargers
what are the
are-
Chargers
No, I
doing?
couldn't- if you
What
go
are they
back,
doing?
I said I didn't want to take the bum.
I was
out.
close to taking the Titans, but like I was just gonna pick the Chargers because they have more talent.
You
Clearly,
gave
that shit
yourself
doesn't matter.
Titans and crossed it out and put Chargers. Like you originally gave yourself Titans, and then you were like, "I'm not taking the Titans anymore." And you wrote Chargers in for you.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the Chargers. I was like 7 seed, 6 seed. Maybe they could be a 5 seed. Nah, fuck that team.
They're not making the
They're like
playoffs.
they're
I
done
don't
for the
understand
year.
them.
I think
All right,
Josh
it's week
Herbert,
2. We're over.
Josh Herbert really might be the highlight YouTube TikTok merchant.
Is it
that
even
they
his
say
fault?
he is.
Because from what I see, his team's constantly putting up 25, but they're just finding a way to lose. So
Honestly,
to
the
me, that sounds like
defense,
coach and defense.
the defense is gotten really bad, and Brandon Staley's done.
Is
if
he
they're
on the
done.
hot seat?
Brandon Staley, if they don't get a playoff win, is done.
Dude, because they have such a good window right now. Because they don't. Well, they just paid Herbert, but like
Dude,
up
Herbert's
until
their,
this.
yeah, Herbert's their window. Your good QB is your window.
And the way he's playing, like, I mean, he's still finding like Keenan Allen on these like ridiculous catches, and they're doing like what they do. And then it came to the end of the game, and we played them last year, us Titans. We played them. It was not a good game. Like it didn't feel good, and I definitely had this one circled. Like I want to make sure we beat these guys this year because this is like a potential. If they end up making the playoffs, I want to be able to beat them when we go to SoFi. Like I want to feel confident, and it's like we already did that. But
Isn't
honestly,
Eckler injured?
yes, it was the Joshua Kelly game in which he did nothing because our defense is good. Honestly, from a Titans standpoint, we didn't play as good of a defense, and it showed because D-Hop caught the ball way more.
I'm
Like-
just beyond impressed. You guys had 27 points.
Dude, I honestly I didn't think
Pretty
we'd
sure
get that
D-Hop caught the ball way more in the Saints game.
You know what? It felt like he was getting down the field more from what I saw. Maybe when I saw him at the Saints game, it didn't look the same.
He had like 6 catches.
I mean, it didn't. He didn't. I mean,
And then
it
Treylon
obviously
Burks
didn't
had the
help us
bomb this
score.
week.
We go from 15 points to 27. I mean, Henry did his thing. He did his little Russian touchdown, like close up in there. So, I mean, I'm happy with how we played. I honestly way better than I thought from us, and I'm glad I ended up picking us because that paid off.
Yep.
After
Vrabel's a
that,
good coach.
me and Gabe, fools. We're fools. We went against Gavin and Ben, and he took those guys took the Ravens against the Bengals.
I don't know about Joe Burrow and Cincinnati because like this is twice. This is 2 weeks in a row they have lost. First of all, dude, losing to the Browns looks so bad when Kenny Pickett is able to. All right, maybe it was just TJ Watt that was able to beat them, but when Kenny Pickett,
Yeah, that was all the Steelers.
and then you turn
We'll get
around,
to that later.
you turn around and lose to another rival.
I thought Pickett looked good.
But like Burrow's not able to beat that team. He just gets completely shut down by them.
I mean, I knew the
That's
Bengals.
that's
were
the
gonna do
AFC
this.
North. It's like this every year. They're all
Yeah, they
dog
did
fights.
this.
That's
Are the
fair.
Ravens good this year? Are we
Bengals
like,
Dude,
did
they're
this
good
last
every year. They're
Yeah.
gonna win the division.
they're good every year,
I
but are we
think-
saying like, are they gonna do something this year? Or is
They're
it
gonna win the
another-
I
division.
think
Allie.
this might be the year that they like. This is like reminiscent of 2000.
Dude, they're literally not trying.
Yeah, like they're banged
it's-
up.
it's
Like
looking
they have
too
every
easy.
injury, and they're fine.
It's looking too easy for them. Like that wasn't even
got-
a sweat.
They got another relatively easy game coming up next. I don't know. if
Talk
they
to me
play.
about the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at a loss. I don't know what the hell's going on. Joe Burrow's supposed to be the second best quarterback in the league. He's getting paid all this money, and I'm not
Ever since he said
seeing a return on
Burrowhead,
investment.
ever since he said Burrowhead, he has not been the same player.
Yeah, I didn't like when they did that. It's a little too cocky. And
There
like,
has
No,
been a good moment since then.
we have to realize that the Bengals, they just do this. This is their early season. They take a while, and then they finally click, and they get a little playoff push going.
I mean, they'll make the playoffs.
You guys remember that clip of Joe Burrow throwing the ball where it like he spun and threw it?
Yeah.
and he looks
Yeah.
so cool,
That was so sick.
but I'm
That
not
was-
seeing
that
anything
was
coming
in-
out of that.
Yeah.
That was
What,
a
like,
warm-up
what was
game.
the fucking
Is he
point
doing
of
that in the game?
Yeah.
No, it's his little like warm up routine, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a warm up against the Snow.
I don't know. I
Angels.
didn't see it on my fantasy team with Jamar Chase. So
And
Yeah,
that's, he's got
really-
weapons.
T. Higgins. I
Hey,
mean,
T. Higgins had a day.
He had a good game.
they
He had a
played
good
a,
day.
they played a good
Fantasy hero.
defense. I mean, but it was like Bengals like woke up later and all of a sudden
Just too
T.
late.
Higgins was open and then they were like, "Fuck, like we can't win."
I
So-
hate when teams just decide to start playing like way too late.
Yeah, because he played like pretty like he was on track to like do what he did in week 1 after the first half and then looked fine. And it was like, where did this come from?
So what's it going to take for them to get over the hump? Like,
The
obviously,
Bengals will be fine.
make it
They'll
to the
figure
Super
it
Bowl,
out.
make it to some divisionals and some championships. But like with a team like this, you got a great team, but also T. Higgins is going to need to get paid,
He's
right?
gone after this year.
You think so? That makes me sad. I like T.
You can't pay 2 wide receivers. Not
It
like
ain't even
that.
worth it.
Not 2 dudes.
It's like 2
that.
wide receiver ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you guys talked about this. I've been wondering since the year started. What happened to Joe Burrow maybe taking a pay cut for his boys?
That's what I remember.
What
I
happened,
too.
thought,
what
like-
happened to him sitting out 6 weeks and now he re-aggravated a hip injury because
John,
they
shout
lost?
out Mahomes for like just readjusting his contract just so that he's the highest paid now. I really like that one.
Well, doesn't that just bite you in the ass later on when you start moving, when you start front loading?
Yeah,
and
but
back loading?
Mahomes signed like a 10 to 15 year
He
contract.
did sign the 10-year 450.
Yeah, so like I don't think that matters too much.
I mean, I think that's a good ego move by Mahomes. Like, bro, you're the best quarterback in the league. You might as well be paid like it.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, because honestly, if I'm
And Joe
Mahomes,
Burrow
that's
had the
good.
news of his contract come out the opening
Like the
night when it
day-
was it
yeah.
was like literally right when the Chiefs kicked off opening Thursday.
Nah, you know he had to get back at him by making sure he got paid on the day that Joe Burrow lost.
And that's all calculated. Maybe
Has-
not on like directly Mahomes and
Wait,
Burrow's.
yeah,
but-
do Burrow and Mahomes got beef?
No, I don't think on their end, but like
Come
on
on,
their agents
come on,
end,
we're
like you want to
acting
make
like-
your guy
No,
like
I
be
feel
the
like
best.
I feel
So,
like I've seen this shit on
Mahomes
Twitter and
literally
TikTok
Mahomes
before.
went on Twitter and said, "Y'all need to stop tweeting," and everyone shut up. Like, no one's gonna beef with Mahomes, dude.
It's hard to beef with the top dog though.
Yeah,
I feel like Joe. I don't know. Joe
I
Burrow
mean,
got that.
what is he gonna
dog.
do? Go off recency bias and be like, "Yeah, we lost to you last time we played."
Yeah.
Stop drinking a gallon of milk.
I don't drink milk.
Yeah, milk's gross. But I feel like next week is gonna have to just be the Bengals bounce back week.
God, I hope.
But next matchup,
Joe
Only-
Burrow's not playing. So
one of us got this wrong. Then had the Texans over the Colts. The rest of us believed in AR5, who had a great first half before he went into concussion protocol. He looks awesome. He's fun to watch. I was like, honestly, it was hilarious when those like plays they drew up for him to run into the end zone. It was like some of the most selfish looking plays, but it was like, oh, he's like meant to just totally run around in a circle and then go into the end zone. Like, fuck it. And I was really sad when he went down. I have him in fantasy. He was having like one of the better games, and he had like 17.5 points in the first half, and then he went out. Like, dude's killing it. He's fun. I don't think the Colts regret taking him at all.
Definitely not. That was exactly what they needed.
Also, CJ Stroud through 2 weeks has also looked like pretty fucking good. Not
Didn't
gonna
he have
lie.
343 this week?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're-
no,
Very quiet 343. Maybe
For a
it's
guy who everyone said was retarded.
Yeah. Dude, he's not there. He's not there to learn school. He's there to.
Yo, he
fucking
can
learn
read
football.
defense
Throws the
better than
ball.
Fields.
Didn't he do that on purpose though?
Dude, he can read defenses better than fucking books. Apparently.
At least he can read something. I'm just
Yeah.
happy that
Yeah.
he
At
can
least
read.
he can read something.
Oh man. Yeah. Colts. I mean, even when Gardner wasn't it Gardner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gardner
Yeah.
came in, managed
He's
the game
solid.
fine.
I like
Yeah,
that team better with Gardner.
Wherever he comes in, he's gonna be fine. It's kind of crazy that he came. Didn't he like come after Blake Bortles and then?
Dude,
How
he's
the hell did
best. He's
Trevor
like the
Lawrence
best
end up-
backup in the league. I swear to
Yeah.
God.
Because
He
he's
had
like
a year, right?
he's a quality
That's
quarterback.
actually Jameis Winston.
Yeah, it's actually. Tyson
Jameis actually waits
Bagent.
in the locker room and greets every staff member and team member before they go in the locker room.
Does he really?
Yeah, that
What a
just came.
guy.
Yeah, man,
I
good
know.
guy.
What a great guy.
I
So
mean, when your quarterback's a good guy, he plays significantly better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes. You hope.
What else? I think the Texans are gonna be all right. I think the Colts are going to be all right. But divisional matchup, Colts got that.
Dude,
And
Stroud might just be their like
Watson
good karma
2.0
for Watson 2.0, but he's not that much into massages, so like it's just
until we
it's just
We
karma.
don't know that yet.
Yeah, like
We don't
until,
know that
like, they
yet.
tell us some like crazy shit that he did back at Ohio State. Like he's like
He had
I
too
don't know.
much fun.
He did something in an Uber or whatever Zeke did. I don't know. Like whatever.
Some
Okay.
scandal.
Yeah, there's some scandals going
So
on.
give me some Jonathan. Are we expecting Jonathan Taylor to come back?
Dude, who
No.
is that?
Not-
yeah,
not
Steichen,
in the Colts
We don't
jersey.
care.
Steichen did say he thinks he's going to be back in a few.
I think if you're Jonathan Taylor now, it's like, all right, no one's gonna want you if you're not gonna play.
Also, hop on the
like
train
straight
while
up.
they're like have the movement upwards.
Yeah,
Swear.
it's like, hey, we got a dub. Like, if you want to come play,
I think I'm
like,
gonna watch
we'll
the
have you.
Wolverine tonight.
I mean, that's a good. I was thinking about watching Transformers: Rise of the Beast. To be honest,
Yeah, I've been watching the Boondocks
Is that
recently.
the
It's a
new
pretty
one?
good show.
The new
Yeah.
Transformers?
that is the new
Yeah, I
Transformers.
walked out of that in the theaters. That was mid.
Yeah.
So for the next game, Ben also missed this one. He had the Jaguars solo. The rest of us took the Chiefs. It was a Taylor Swift boyfriend return game. Honestly, this game started off so slow. Like
Yeah.
when they kept showing it on Red Zone, they were showing like the ball being punted or like a first down that wasn't converted or a third down conversion failed. Like just boring stuff for like a half.
17-9. 17-9 was the final score. So I
It's
mean,
ridiculous.
Chiefs win. That's really about it. Nothing happened.
But it's like, come on. I feel like that was an
Boring.
easy win. They have Trevor Lawrence's number at this point. That's like you might as
0-3.
well lock that
He's
in.
0-3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is Kirk Cousins.
I mean, I feel like, but they don't blow them out.
They
Yeah.
don't. So they're always going to be in the game. So maybe they can get a better team.
One of
I-
these times.
Trevor
I don't-
Lawrence is Kirk Cousins.
Jacksonville has so many great weapons. So I don't know.
Christian
Yeah,
Kirk
They're really
did
good.
this week.
He's a dog.
I sat in. I mean, I still won, but like, dude,
I mean,
it was
hey.
You want to talk about sitting? I had Rashad White on my bench. I think I had benched Mike Williams.
no, start every running back against the Bears. If you have Isaiah Pacheco, start his
No,
ass
on
this
God, like I've heard the
I
new
feel
strat.
it's
Like
different, but
I'm trying. Hey, all I'm saying is don't pick up the Chiefs D. That's all me. You know what I'm saying? That's me for week 3.
interesting on waivers. I think I might just put that in right now.
I was about to say, I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
I'm rocking with the Saints versus the Packers because they suck.
Ooh, all right. The Chiefs were good though. The next game, 49ers beat the Rams. We all
knew
had
this.
49ers.
We knew this.
We-
Shanahan
I think
masterclass.
the only takeaway from the game, clock winding down to the 0-second mark. Kicker comes out, kicks a field goal, ends the game at 30-23 on a
And
7.
I actually,
spread.
I have the reasoning for it. I did the research. Divisional point differential. It's a thing. It is a thing.
McVay is him. McVay is him.
It is a thing. Divisional point differential. It matters. It was
Vegas
not.
knew.
yeah, it just sounds like a Vegas
Hey,
excuse.
It's a real
How much
thing.
did they pay you,
Yeah,
Gavin?
McVay bet on the game.
That's what I'm saying. I told my dad that at dinner tonight. I literally told him I bet McVay had the spread.
It's divisional point differential.
No,
That shit
yeah,
is fucking cap, son. This shit is all
because there's
rigged.
3 teams
This
in that
shit is
division
all
who are
rigged.
probably gonna all make the playoffs.
That we don't give a fuck about no divisional
Who
Who
point
do you have making the
differential, bro.
playoffs out of that division,
shit-
Gavin?
Divisional point
Respect.
differential.
I know it's
promise.
real, but that shit is
Everyone
fucking
Right
but the
now,
Cardinals.
cap.
Yeah,
Niners,
but the
Rams,
Cardinals.
Seahawks, they could all make it easily.
I don't
Dude,
think the Seahawks are
fuck
making
that.
it.
Fuck that, dude. Point
Why
shaving.
is it cap?
Point
Why is
shaving.
it cap? It
Point
makes
shaving. It
perfect
was just
sense.
it was
Dude,
it was
Gabe,
just
you-
broad day point shaving.
Gabe, bro.
It was. He's being honest.
No,
I'm being honest.
stop, Gabe.
You're gonna get sued for defamation with that.
They okay. We had to talk about this other night. It's offensive that they spit in our face with the shitty like the script is written commercial. Like
Yeah, okay,
the
fuck
script
that.
literally is written. Like this is literally a rigged product. Like there's no way you're gonna joke about it now. Like it's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
You hide the best truths and lies.
Yeah, they're
all
not. They're just like
psyop.
wagging it in our face now at this point.
All psyop.
Like it's
No,
actually
No, but
crazy.
that was some point shaving from McVay. I don't know what Roger gave him for that one, but it's pretty crazy stuff.
The next game we all had correct. It was a No, I don't think anyone remembers what happened in this game. It was Cowboys Giant or no, not Cow. It was Giants Cardinals.
Oh, Giants, Cowboys. Or
That was
Giants.
We all had Giants.
Cardinals went up like 20-0, and then Giants came back in the second.
And they're like, all right, guys, you still have to get Caleb and get Kyler the fuck out of here. So let's find a way to lose this
How
game.
did how did the Cardinals manage to lose that game?
I'm gonna be
because
honest.
they want to lose. They're gonna fight, but like
That's
yeah.
crazy. But like to blow a 20-point lead takes some skill.
So
I mean,
it's-
I think the Giants finally woke up, and they're like a significantly better team than the Giants. I still think are like bottom of the barrel.
Dude,
but better
Dabble
than the
had to have
Cardinals.
some fucking Optimus Prime as halftime speech. Like, guys, we have been outscored fucking 60-0 this year.
Oh,
Like-
that's crazy to think about going
Yeah.
into that half. He's like, dog, we haven't scored a fucking point. Like, do we want to do anything?
68-31,
And they just paid Daniel Jones too. That had to not feel good.
and then Saquon died.
And
was that
Saquon's
one?
out for 3
Fucking-
weeks.
I fell asleep during that Giants game, and I woke up and was very confused as to why it was close. I don't think the Giants are anything
Cardinals
special.
are gonna be. They're
Cardinals
gonna be like
are
a
horrible.
sleeper team.
Good,
some week.
good. This all fuels the Williams to Chicago agenda. I hope the Cardinals win as
Dude,
much
I
as
hope you know,
possible.
Gabe. He's only gonna end up in Chicago if Goodell wants him there.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Goodell pushed some
So-
serious Fields agenda, so we'll see.
Dude, he's gonna get arrested for something, and they're gonna be like, "Ooh, he's a thug. We don't want him."
And he's gonna stay in college for a year.
Dude, we'll
Okay.
draft every fucking quarterback until
Yeah,
one is
maybe.
competent.
Nah,
I don't
the
care.
Bears.
You
passed
guys
on
wouldn't draft
Buzz.
him. You guys wouldn't draft Williams if he got like a DUI, because like,
he
or
was
like if he just like
speeding,
drove
if he's
fast.
racing.
Yeah, if he's racing, pass up on him.
Remember when Byron Pringle was doing Hellcat donuts with his son in the
Bro,
car?
he's on the Commander.
Yeah, I do remember that, Gavin. I do remember that. I
They
do
got rid
remember
of
that.
They got
No.
rid of him real fast.
No,
Remember
they,
when
they let
Jimmy
him
Graham
play.
was on the
No, they let him
Packers
play
and on the
season.
Bears?
Yeah, no, that happened in March, and they let him play for the rest of the season. So I don't know why the fuck they passed up on Jalen Carter.
But Jalen Carter's too much.
I don't know. Let's talk about some actual NFL franchises.
The Cowboys versus the Jets. We all had the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was
Yeah.
just like I do like the Jets. I think they're gonna still be fine win games.
But
with
the-
Zach
but the
Wilson.
Cowboys
But
are,
this
like,
game they were
really
never
good.
gonna win without Rodgers.
Wait, so like pretty much if you drafted Garrett Wilson high, you're fucked, right?
Yeah.
No, he still produced last year.
Shout out Nathan Gallis.
Yeah, no, but like I don't know. People,
I don't
'cause
think
he was
from
just
what you were
taken so highly.
expecting him to produce.
Him, Watson, and Olave were like the three young dudes that were very high up.
Olave, dude.
Like,
Olave.
Olave is the only
number
one
one.
that's, like been. the
And
best.
he's a constant producer, dude.
Yeah, like it's just consistent.
But Cowboys, until they give us like something to doubt them on, like there's nothing really to say because
I mean, they're
we just
I
want to
mean, they
hate.
played. They
blowing-
played
always,
two
like-
New York teams. That's what I'm.
so good.
they're always like September and October champions. So we just got to see how they're looking like in the deep stretch of the season.
Yeah, I feel like they always.
Today I was
Pause.
at Walgreens and then my dad saw Sudafed and he was like, "You know what they use to make meth?" And then he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah." Walt was so mean to Jesse. I was like, "What the hell?" But so the next game we all had the Broncos and Gavin, you were boots on the ground for this one. Gavin, how did that go?
He was there eating stems and drinking Coors Bank.
Okay.
Dude, just do not be saying that shit on the fucking stream. We're gonna get raided by the FBI.
Yeah, the FBI
What are you
does not
talking about?
even know about the banquets, dude.
No, they don't know that you brought Coors to the game.
Basically, dude, I don't even know. Like, it was looking so beautiful going into halftime. It was looking so good. They were
Fuck.
playing well. Defense was getting stops. Like, Russ threw a nice touchdown, and then it just was like the Bears came out at halftime. Basically, the Bears came out and they couldn't score. I don't think, and then to make it even better, right? They're getting destroyed. Then late, they're like, "Oh, let's turn it on. Let's throw a Hail Mary, bounces off two people's hands, catch it, right? Go back, sit in my seat. 2-point conversion failed. Like, that was just the most depressing thing I've ever seen. Like, being a Broncos fan is really like being a Bears fan. I did that. I've been a Bears fan for a day, and now I've been a Broncos fan for a day, and I never want to do it ever again.
Yo,
I
so
need
what
to
happens
stay
when
in
the
my
Bears
green
and Broncos play in week 4? Like nobody's doing
Dude.
shit that entire game.
Broncos are destroying
Is
them
that
by
the
40.
Is that the no touchdown game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it could be. Yeah.
Is that
Like,
is
is
that
that
the
the no
game?
touchdown game? That genuinely could. That might as well be it.
Is that the game that ends 3-0 in overtime?
Yeah.
Nah, that would be insane. Has that ever happened?
Probably not.
Yo, but do you guys even know what Sunday Night Football is? Because this past week, Sunday Night Football was electric. We had the Dolphins versus the Patriots in Miami, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
Nope,
Miami.
it was in
It was a
Foxborough.
really fun
It was in
game. The game
Foxborough.
was super electric and super hype. The crowd was awesome. Actually, the crowd wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
The game was cool. Yeah.
Dolphins early AFC favorite.
Tua and Mac
Oh,
Jones had a mid off.
and the newscast, they changed Tua from lefty to righty. And oh my God, he stands just like Dan Marino.
Yo, the
Do
cross
people actually hype
racial
that up?
comparison is crazy. Like, bro, there's better comparisons, bro.
Yeah, I think
There's
Dolphins are.
lefties. Like, he's literally not even a righty.
I think Dolphins are easy favorite to win the division now. Like, let's be real. The Jets are non-existent there, and the Bills really aren't either.
I think I would love to see the Dolphins and Bills play. I think that's going to be some of the better games we see this year.
Remember
I
that,
think they
that
played this
early
year, right?
shootout they had? Did they play like week 2, week 3 last year, and they had that crazy shootout game?
Week 2, week
It was
3.
week 3. Week 3.
Yeah. What do you like?
They played week 3.
They played week
Yeah.
3.
Yes.
I have a dumb
That
question.
was like when Tua came back in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the stupid question?
Was there an
Yeah.
octopus this weekend? I could have sworn a tight end got it or something, the touchdown and 2-pointer. I think it was the Brown, or was it Brown Steelers? I thought
No,
it was,
yeah,
I
it
know
was.
what you're
No,
talking
it was
about.
Hayden Hurst. It was Hayden Hurst.
Was it Hayden?
No, it was
Okay.
Thielen. It was Thielen.
It was Thielen.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that
yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
One of those Panthers tight ends.
Those always make me freak
Oh,
out. I feel like that's
White
so fun.
guys.
Bro, the 2-point conversions, like when people go for them and it's not like we need to like get 2 points. Like the Browns just got a touchdown and just went for 2. And that like made me super uncomfortable, to be honest.
What's the deal? I feel like there were a bunch this week that were almost
Chargers did it.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
Chargers
like
Did it
Chargers
to
a
get from
ton.
9 to 11.
They're just being aggressive. I don't know.
and they still lose. Like every team that like went for these 2-point conversions that we just said lost.
Yeah, but if you're getting it, the extra point, I mean, it's sure not hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about the division point differential. Like if you're the Panthers, you go for 2 to get the divisional point differential, not because the spread is -3, so you want it to be a push.
Is it that big of a deal to them, you think?
I mean, you were the one saying that for the Rams.
No, I was saying I don't know what to think about that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to call it
Oh
shade.
no, that was Gavin who was saying that.
I said it was it's divisional point differential.
All right. Dolphins fans killed someone at the Patriots game. Monday Night Football, we had a doubleheader. We all had the Saints. That was a good game. Bryce Young, his mom looked like she was gonna fucking cry because he couldn't hold on to the football.
Bryce
And-
Young looks good, I think. Saints defense locked him up. Derek Carr needs to be better in the red zone. I wish Jamal Williams didn't get hurt.
Tony
but,
Jones
yeah,
Jr.
Tony Jones Jr. balled out.
That Browns game was just mediocrity or
I
less.
feel
I
like
mean,
the
that's
biggest
so
story from the
hard.
Browns game is not the game. It's the fact that Nick Chubb's knee like went into itself and everything in his knee collapsed.
He was
No,
having
it
a
made
big game too.
It made
He
it
was-
like complete 90.
Oh, hold on.
It
Before
was
we get
pretty
into the
horrible.
injury, let's not just gloss over. They all had the Browns. I had the Steelers.
Okay, yeah, so we can get into that. Ben Solo rode the Steelers, one of 2 successful solo rides of the weekend.
That was a
I,
good.
I
so
went
everybody was all
50-50 on my
Finns?
solo rides.
Yeah,
so
we were
everybody
all.
was all
that
Finns.
was a ballsy pick.
Yeah, all Finns,
Well,
all Saints.
I think if you're gonna pick the Steelers, like the thing is, the Steelers have a.
I love
true-
these divisional matchups.
Okay, I used to really live by
The
the
AFC
you
North
have a
specifically.
50-50 chance of winning the game because you either win or lose. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin always has an above 500 record. So like realistically they could do the same thing they did last year and every game really is just 50-50.
I mean, here's
They're
the
the
thing.
same Steelers.
Is Kenny
Okay.
Pickett here to stay?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a good game.
We think so.
I don't think it matters. Like, he's better than like Mason Rudolph or like anyone they had previously.
What about
I
Mitch?
just want to say the Browns had an opportunity to win that game. I mean, okay, Chubb getting injured changes the course of the game.
David
Can't do
Njoku.
anything.
Jerome Ford still ran down the entire field. Like,
Yeah,
Kenny
okay.
threw
it's-
50% last night. Are we
Njoku
calling that good?
fumbles. Deshaun Watson can't stop
That's
grabbing
not good.
people's face masks.
That's not
and
good.
Their
throwing
play
them in.
calling. Their play calling sucks, but I think Pickett looked way better than last week,
Yeah.
and I
And
think they
then-
looked way more like their form in the last 7 weeks of last year.
All Deshaun has to do is not just get clobbered from the back and give up a scoop and score.
Yeah.
Like that
Just
play
not what?
changes the game. Give up a scoop and score.
Yeah.
Scoop and score.
Just
No,
not
No,
what?
yeah, nah, bro. You said never
Yeah,
mind.
you just shouldn't just get clobbered from the back.
Oh,
You said you
Oh.
got clobbered from
Yeah,
the
no,
back.
because like Deshaun loves playing against that good D, you know.
well,
Okay.
he did indeed just get clobbered from the back by TJ Watt. So
Chiefs versus
Yeah, he
Bears
did.
will be the
He-
first matchup in 53 years where the QB with the highest career win percentage plays the QB with the lowest win
Odd
percentage.
flex.
Here's a
Okay.
reminder that the Bears opted not to draft Patrick Mahomes in 2017,
Dude.
instead selecting Mitch Trubisky.
I don't like. It's not ever. It's no one knew about Mahomes except for Sean Payton and Andy Reid and Matt
Dude,
Nagy.
cousin Mike put me onto Mahomes before the draft.
It's
And
crazy
my
that
dad, the
Cliff
fucking-
Kingsbury got a
like,
job because of him.
not even an NFL GM was saying, "Nah, I like Mahomes." So I don't want to hear shit about how the analysts didn't know about Mahomes.
Bro, no
Honestly,
one wanted Mahomes. It
if we're
was you
being
guys. The
real,
only one you guys should have been taking
Ryan
over
Pace
him was
is
Watson.
racist. Ryan Pace
The
is
Saints-
racist.
dude, I don't think you realize the Saints were about to draft Mahomes until the Chiefs
does
swooped
realize
in
that.
and
I
took the
just
Bills.
said that.
I didn't hear that. So yeah, people wanted Mahomes, dog.
Dude, Mahomes.
I just said
told-
Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and Matt Nagy were the only 3 people that like knew what Mahomes was.
In the league, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Mahomes and
Fellas.
Michael Thomas would have been something cool.
fellas,
That would have been interesting.
next pod we'll have those predictions. But
yeah, maybe.
uh,
if Mike
what was
Thomas-
what was everyone's like best play from the week?
I like the Ravens at plus money.
No, not that kind of play. Not that. Kind of play.
Play of the week.
I think the Lockett walk off was like my best play of the week. I needed that, and that was huge. And it was like, damn, like they just beat the Lions at home.
I like the George Pickens big touchdown. Was that 81?
Dude, that was crazy.
That was
Like,
a good one.
bro, it's just like all you got to do is tackle him, man. Like,
Or
come on.
The Garrett Wilson blown block.
Yeah, I like
would've been
the
a
Garrett
touchdown.
Wilson or McLaurin touchdown.
Dude,
Or like
the
the
Hail
Olave
Mary.
bomb.
The Russell Wilson Hail Mary was pretty.
That was
sick.
badass. But if you don't follow through on the back end,
Yeah,
like,
it
kinda
does
loses
get
it.
underwhelmed. Like if you just don't clobber it from the back
I
end.
swear. Okay, wait. Can we talk about Russ?
Yeah.
Is he good? Is he bad? I feel like I'm in limbo.
Sean Payne makes them
Yeah.
look better, but they don't want to win.
Bad.
It's all calculated. That's why Will Lutz is their kicker.
Yeah, Gavin
Being
saw
point
that
shit.
shit with his own 2 eyeballs, so I'll just go with
It's a
him.
doctored
Bad,
loss.
bad,
It's a
bad.
doctored losing.
Bro, he
team.
can throw the moon ball, though.
It's kind of crazy that Sean.
Yeah, I'll go with that's my best play of the
Sean
week.
Payton's the one trying to get Caleb Williams.
You think? Wait, but
Dude,
isn't
okay,
Russ
that's
on
the
a
thing.
$200 million contract?
This is the thing. There is some sneaky tank teams. Like, there's gonna be some teams we didn't expect to like be there that are like, dude.
Well, 'cause you're
Caleb
gonna have
Williams
teams like
might
the
not be
Giants
bad.
that are gonna be at a point and they might be like, dude, should we just like?
Get Michael Penix.
What
Yeah, I
about
think there's a
Shedeur
lot of
Sanders?
teams that like that.
Why would you pay Jones? I mean, I
Shedeur
guess you needed somebody.
Sanders.
I guess you needed somebody to play quarterback this year, but like,
It's
Why-
hard to find a quarterback.
why are you in a long-term relationship with Daniel Jones?
Yeah, that was a bad sign.
Well, it's really he
made
got
the
signed off
playoffs.
of recency bias. Like he got signed off of what he did only last season.
I
feel.
don't think you think a whole organization is looking at it like, okay, this guy had a good year this year. Let's give him a decent sized contract
Dude,
for the next couple-
quarterbacks
yeah.
are so hard to come by.
Yeah, but is Daniel Jones like something? I mean, you could have gone and signed. Okay,
Deshaun Watson.
no, not Deshaun Watson. You could have signed like a Gardner Minshew. Like that he'll give you the same thing Daniel Jones does. He just won't run as much.
Yeah, but he's not as big of a name. He's not as good looking.
It's not a
Like,
first
he doesn't
round
have the
draft pick.
tangibles.
He
You
doesn't
don't
fit on the
think
liberal
he's-
agenda.
I think Gardner Minshew's better looking than Daniel Jones.
Well,
Yeah, but Gardner Minshew definitely like. And I was actually gonna say he doesn't shower,
Uncle
but I don't think
Rico.
Daniel Jones showers.
Daniel
All right.
Jones looks like he stinks.
top 3 best looking quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay, no Jimmy
No
G.
homo.
Jimmy G doesn't count.
All right,
Yeah,
if
Jimmy G's
doesn't
already
count,
won.
That's hard.
All right.
All right, give me
Trevor Lawrence, hear me out. Trevor
T-Law.
Lawrence, he's
Yeah.
got
Give me-
good
give
hair,
me-
he's tall.
Dude,
give me Geno Smith.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
participating.
yeah, I
Give
was about to
me-
fucking say.
Give
like,
me
I'm
give me Desmond Ritter.
That dude's funny looking. Joshua
Uh,
Dobbs.
No, just Joshua Dobbs is actually a good looking guy. And then Stetson Bennett, you know, let's get a brother in there.
Nah, honestly, yeah, that's probably gonna have to do it for this pod then.
Yeah,
Thanks for
that's-
having me,
that's-
guys.
that's enough.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
on,
thanks for
Seth.
being on.
It's good to get a
a
good
blast.
guest in here. Just shoot
Uh,
the shit about
Seb,
ball.
shut the gate when you leave the back door. Thanks, buddy.
All right, you're very welcome, Gavin.
Yep.
All right. Next pod we'll have week 2 picks. So make
Week
sure to
3.
tune in for that.
Week
If you made it
3.
this far,
Can't wait to
next
solo
We're gonna
ride
have
the
week 3
Packers.
picks.
we'll have
Can't wait to
week 3.
solo ride the Packers and hit that.
Comment Broncos plus Stephen M. Greer.